What's going on, guys? I'm Christian Watford,
I'm Derek Elston.
and this is episode 3, Ball from Assembly Hall, brought to you by Beyond the Big Ten. What's going on, guys? We back. Welcome to another episode of Ball from Assembly Hall, brought to you by Beyond the Big Ten. This is episode 3, coming off a big, strong week. Talk to me a little bit, Derek, man. What you got going on? How you feeling? How your family doing? What's going on? Talk to me a little bit about it.
Man, see, family's good, bro. Had some
Yep.
had some family in town. Had some boys in town, so I got to get on the road a little bit and recruit this weekend out in Brownsburg. So it was fun to get around Brian and see a couple guys and watch some high school basketball. Man, I don't know when the last time you saw high school basketball was, but
Man, I ain't watched nothing in a minute. I actually been trying to get out to some games, man, but with the schedule with me being on the road with my brother and stuff like that, it should be tough to
yeah,
just get back and watch some high school games because we got a few kids around here I really want to check out.
I didn't know it either. And being away from the coaching staff, you kind of get lost in the mix with family and life. And it's
Hmm.
I didn't realize, man, we got some good kids here in Indiana right now that got
Yeah,
some eyes on. I mean, there's some good players that I got to watch this weekend, so that was fun.
yeah. That's always fun, man. Like I said, I just took the fam up to New York. It was a rough one, bro. Traveling with a traveling with a newborn, bro. That ain't for the weak. Let me just tell y'all that, man. It was a little tough, but we managed it, bro. We had the chance to go up there and catch a couple games. Got to see Vic up there. We took our
Yeah,
daughters to like a little
yeah,
place called a Color Zone in New York, which was fun. Got a chance to kick it
yeah.
with
It
Vic
looked
and his
good.
daughter, so that was fun. We talked about the episode we're gonna have, before the Kansas game, which you guys need to stay tuned to. That's gonna be a big time event. But yeah, it was cool, bro. Family time is always good, man. Get up there and watch my brother play, so it was good, bro.
Oh no, I can't wait to get all of us together with the girls, man. I think it'd just
Right,
be
bro. All us got girls, bro. You know what I'm saying? That'd be crazy. That'd be
you
crazy.
talk
We got.
about you talk about some crazy FOMO. When I saw you guys doing that, first off, I think Parker would love that color zone thing, but
Oh,
just
she probably,
seeing you
bro. I
guys
guarantee
together,
she would love it. I guarantee
oh
she would
man,
love it. Yeah, that
it
was
looked
big time,
awesome.
man. Yeah, but we're gonna jump right into it. 1-0 in the Big Ten, baby. Started off with a win. You know what I'm saying? That's the main thing we wanted to come in. Get a win, especially in your first Big Ten game and your first Big Ten outing. And just tell me your initial thoughts and what you thought we looked like, what you thought we came out. I thought we looked well, bro.
Yeah,
Not from start to finish, but from start to about 7 minutes left in the game, seven,
yeah,
6 minutes in the game. I thought, bro, we were a dominant team.
yeah.
I'll let you give me. Let me give you. I'll let you give me your initial thoughts, and we'll go from there.
Yeah, man. I think we talked about it before this episode started, man. I didn't think right now we'd be sitting at 6-1 after what we saw to start the season.
Right,
Um,
right.
well, we also honed on it into on the last episode. I think this team is a grinded out 65 point game, and that's what we did. And
That's
I
what
don't
we.
think
Yeah.
Maryland is the best team in the Big Ten,
Hmm.
but any Big Ten game matters always. I
No
mean, at
doubt.
the end of the year, you're talking about, man, if we would have just got this win in December or yada yada. So for us to come out there and to 65-53
Hmm.
to really hone in on defense. And, a lot of that had to do with, I think, Julian Reese getting in foul trouble. I think that was huge for us. But just all in all, man, I think IU's got a lot to be excited about with this team just because, could have easily come out there and laid an egg, and especially with Xavier Johnson being out of the game.
Oh
Um,
man. Yeah.
yeah, I got a little worried there seeing him in the boot when he came out.
Hmm.
But I thought all in all, man, Khalil Ware, he's killing it. And, bro, don't look now. And Baco's starting to figure this thing out.
He's starting to turn that corner a little bit, Derek. A lot of people was giving him a lot of talk. A lot of people was giving him a lot of slack, bro. I think he's starting to figure it out a little bit. He's figuring out his offensive game a little bit, taking better shots, making shots, getting on
Yeah,
the glass, just doing a little bit of everything, bro. Which is, I think, I'm starting to see what type of player he can be, and I think his confidence is only going to grow. You know how it is once you have a couple good games,
oh yeah,
your confidence start growing, man. But Khalil Ware, bro, the way he just dominated Julian Reese that game, bro,
and
was
real,
was was impressive to me.
very.
Not only just on the offensive end, I think he was just challenging and making every single shot tough around the rim for them, bro. Not just for him, for their whole team. And I think That's the difference from. I don't want to say that's the difference from when we had Trace, but I just feel like this guy swallows up a lot of space
He
around that
does.
rim, bro. Like
He
he
does.
alters a lot of shots. He's a big guy down there, man. Like I don't remember us being a having that type of presence around the rim as far as got certain guys can get beat. When you got Khalil Way
Right.
down there, you know what
Right.
I'm saying? He's a big time security blanket that we hadn't had. So I think that's huge for us going forward. And I think Maryland, the type of team just like us, try to play in the paint. Not a real deal. Backcourt's not really like that. They got Jameer Young, which is a good player, but I'm saying like their
Yeah.
their main core is Scott, uh, Geronimo, which is we'll get onto
Yeah.
that. Oh man, I
Yeah.
feel I feel sorry. I
I
felt
know.
sorry. I
And
felt
we'll get
sorry for
into
that
all
kid,
that.
bro.
We'll get
I
into
felt
all
sorry
that.
for that kid, bro. I don't know if you've seen a couple of the things that the students had and stuff like
Yeah.
that, bro. It was on his ass pretty bad, man. I felt bad for the kid, bro. But anyway, man, I think we just dominated the paint between Malik Renew and Khalil Ware, and Peyton Sparks coming in and banging and giving us a little great energy off the bench. I think we
Yeah.
just dominated the paint. Anthony Walker came in and played good.
Yeah.
Gave us something off the bench, bro. So I think that's like we said, Derek. That's the type of team we're gonna be this year. A grinded out, nasty, ugly win type of team, and those
Yeah.
type of teams can go far because truth of the matter is, bro, don't nobody like playing them type of teams. I
No.
hated playing them type of
Yeah.
teams.
Yeah.
You know, that's gonna just beat you up. Offensive rebounds, and I mean, we got to get better at the free throw line. I don't think we shot the ball that well from the free throw line, but those type of teams, bro. When you get in there and you dominate the offensive boards, 15 offensive rebounds. Man, them the type teams, bro. You really got to prepare for and really hard to play against.
I mean, that's like going back to our day. That was like the whole scout with Wisconsin. Like Wisconsin,
Right.
they chewed up all the shot clock. And if they got an offensive board, you had to guard for another 30 seconds, 25, 30 seconds. So
Who
you're
wanted to
right.
do that shit, bro?
Nobody wants to do it. So I think
You
you're
know,
right, man. I think Kalir coming out and having, 18 and 14, started off the game
huge.
5 for 5 again. Like my man is just on an absolute heater right now. And it's
He
fun to,
is.
and like you said, like for the guys like Gabe Cups, even Trey Galloway, even though I know Trey is a lockdown guy, I think you can afford to get beat a little bit. You can be a little more aggressive on
You
defense just
can.
because
You can. Yeah.
now we'll get into a game where Khalil gets in foul trouble and we're going to have to, reevaluate some things. But again, you got Malik coming in. You got Malik in there. You got Sparks coming off the bench. Like I think we have a lot of big bodies
Hmm.
that can come in and take the load if something happens foul trouble wise. But I mean, yeah, man, you look around the board, you see Trey Galloway gets the start and he brings up the ball, and it's like, all right, I thought Maryland's full court
Hmm.
press was going to give us a little trouble, but man, Trey Galloway, he did it all for us.
Oh
12
man,
points.
Trey was huge, bro.
Trey
Trey,
was huge.
I think starting that second half, at one point in the game, there was a turning point in the game. Trey came down and got 6 straight points, bro. We got 3 stops in a row. We got a kill. We came back and we scored three. Trey scored 3 straight points. I mean, which was 3 straight times, which was 6 points. And then Khalil Ware came down to score 1 bucket. So we went on an 8-0 run right there, and that kind of just blew. That kind of just took the game
Yeah.
to the next level for us. I think we went up like 18 or something like that, man. So that was huge, bro. I'm happy to see Trey have his best game as a senior to start the Big Ten because this is when it really matters the most. And I know a lot of guys look up to him, and he's going to be just a big help, bro. Anytime you can, and especially it's a big help when you're playing well. Like you can be vocal, you can be talking to guys, you can be telling them this, you can be telling them that, but if you're not playing well, nobody really
Right.
listening to that shit. You know what I'm saying? The other kids, nobody really listening to that shit. Like, but I think with him playing well, bro, that's going to be huge with us going forward.
Yeah. And I think for us, we got to still worry
Hmm.
about Malik a little bit. Him getting in foul trouble again is
Yeah,
a
he's
little
gonna.
scary.
That's a little scary. We got to do a better job of that. I know the coaching staff will get on him a little bit about that. He got some tough calls late too, a couple travels and stuff like that. I don't know if he was really traveling. I think I seen like one of them maybe was, but he got to, get back to the fundamentals and because we're gonna need him. We're gonna need big buckets down the stretch, bro.
No doubt. And that's still, we're still struggling from three a little bit, but especially I want to hone in on Mbako because, I mentioned to you earlier how he's starting
We
to
gave
figure it
him
out.
we wait right when and we gave him a lot of slack, bro. So it's only right that we show him a lot of love. You know what I'm saying? The way he's starting to play now.
I just think for me, I just think, for our team going 3 for 9 from three, If it's going to be one of those grinded out type of games, I don't think we necessarily need to kill you from three. We just need to make them when it matters most. But
Right.
for
I
me,
agree.
like, Khalil stepping out and shooting threes, and I think he went 1 for 1. I think
Hmm.
that's huge for
That's huge. Is
opposing
he the best?
teams.
Is he the best shooter on the team? Dave? Is he the best? Is he the best shooter on the team? Fuck. I mean, like right now,
I
it's
mean, right now,
Him and Malik Renew, and I think Malik may have made one, and I think he made one too, right?
yeah, yeah.
Mbako made one.
Uh,
Mbako made one too.
I
I
don't
think he
know,
made one
but
as well.
with Mbako, it's like you no longer see like the force. Like I have to be this massive scorer for this team. Like
Right.
I think the coaching staff gathered around, put their arms around him, and said like, "Hey, we don't need that from you. You got
Hmm.
to let the game come to you." You're starting to see it with Trey, Khalil, obviously, but Mbako is the one that you can look at across the board and just be like, from the start of the season to now, his demeanor and everything, and defensive wise, I don't think that's there, but
Right.
offensively, you
That'll
see
get there. That'll get
it'll
there.
get there. It's going to come. I
Yeah.
mean, you got to be out there and you got to play and you got to get in the film room and see what you're doing wrong. But
Right.
in a lot of instances, you take the good with the bad, and compared to
So
us,
hey.
you look at Jordan's freshman year, and Jordan really wasn't that big time scorer either. And I kind of compare him to Mbako and Gabe Cupps just because I don't think Gabe Cupps is having the best. I don't think he's playing the way he wanted to be playing right now. But it's all about letting the game come to you. And
Yeah.
once
Yeah.
Jordan
Right.
started figuring it out, man, was he a great defender? Absolutely
Hmm.
not. But he knew he had help. You, me, Cody, couple
Right.
guys early on down low. But once you start to figure that thing out and you start to feel like, okay, what do I have to do
Hmm.
to make this team successful? Because at the end of the day, if he has 30 and we lose, you know, selfishly for him, yeah, it's probably going to get you to the next level. But
Right.
as a team, what do we want to accomplish? And I know
Hmm.
recruiting wise, you look at it and you say, well, look what Mbako done. He took off after
Right.
year one. But, right now I just see him as a guy who's really coming into this game, looking at it from the standpoint of I don't have to score every time I touch the ball, drive, kick, ball's going to come back to me. And now he's putting up games where you can really be excited about because now we're in the thick of it. I know we got Michigan
Right.
coming up and we go back into a couple non-conference games, but the Big Ten's rolling now, and it's exciting to see him progress as the season
For sure.
goes.
For sure. That's big time, man. That's a true testament to the coaching staff. I know those guys working relentless with McKenzie just on his approach and what he brings to the game. But I also seen him getting sticking his nose in there, Derek,
Yeah,
mixing it up a little bit, getting some
yeah,
offensive rebound, getting some and ones, not just settling and shooting so many jumpers. You know what I'm saying? I think that was the knock early on was just he just wanted to shoot. He just catch and shoot. And I think with this team we need him to get in there. We need him to be physical. We need him to get in there and get some rebounds, and that's what he did, man. And passed the ball well, didn't turn the ball over. So I mean, I think it's trending in the right direction for sure. And
there's no doubt.
As far as Cups, I kind of tell people, bro, going to college, like when you get used to just trying to get used to the pace. I know everything's going a million miles per hour in his head right now, especially with no X. He really got nobody he can really lean on, like
Right,
as far as the point guard duties. Um, going to college kind of just strips you, bro. It's like you almost got to learn how to do everything over again if
right,
you're not just super special. You know what I'm saying? Like, cause just everything is just a little faster. Like the closeout may be a little faster, cause you to have to get
right.
your shot off faster. You know what I'm saying? So you're not making shots right now. But I think all that'll come. The more this kid plays, I love what he brings to the game. Everybody
Yeah,
loves him.
yeah,
He's a high IQ basketball player. Um, and I think he puts himself in great situations to where it's really hard for him. It's really hard for him to really get out there and look bad. I don't think he's gonna get out there and really try to do something
no,
that he's that type of player. Like I said, he's a high IQ player. So when he gets out there, he's only gonna do stuff that he's capable of doing. And I think as
yeah,
long as he do that, he's gonna set himself up for success. So I was impressed with the way he handled the pressure. You know what I'm saying? The ball pressure
for sure.
coming in without X, Jameer Young, and those are high level guards, bro. When he came in and I think we had like 16 turnovers or something like that. But I mean that's okay. I
Yeah,
mean that's we'll take that, And I think a lot of those came late in the game when the game was pretty much out of reach. You know what I'm
yeah.
saying? So I think I'm good with that.
I'm good. And my thing to him would be, listen, this is going to be probably all year long because in the Big Ten, you've got guards that as fast as Jameer, or they're just horses. I mean,
Hmm.
they're cows. They're huge
Right.
down there. So,
Hmm.
it's going to be a little change for him. Obviously, like you said, the change of pace. Obviously, you go from a Jameer who can just take anybody off the dribble to
Hmm.
a bigger point guard who wants to back you down in the post. Obviously, we saw what happened with Boo Booey and guarding a guy like that when you're not as big, when you're not as fast, it can, man. It can be a mental burden to you just because you're asking yourself like, what do I do? But it's those intangibles that you
I
just
tell you
said
what
of
you
like,
do. I tell you what you do. You crowd them and you send their ass to Khalil Ware, and you live with the
it's there
results.
you go.
That's all. That's all we got to do. That's. I'm telling you, bro. He covers up a lot of mistakes we're making on the defensive end, and I'm just happy we got him, bro, because we needed that. At this team needed that more than anybody, just because it's such a struggle to score with this team.
Yeah.
You know
Yep.
what I'm saying? So our defensive presence is going to be huge, bro. I like the way we were in gaps is, discouraging a lot of straight line drives and stuff against Maryland too, which was big for us.
Yeah. And I think Jameer ended up with 20 points. And I think for that Maryland team, it's going to be a nightly thing. I don't think you look at it like, man, this dude just dropped 20 on me.
Hmm.
Julian Reese, as good of a player as he is, I think his kind of knock is getting in foul trouble. Him and
Right,
Scott combined for 16 points, and Julian had 14 of them. So I was
right.
really surprised by Scott, but I mean, Jameer's going to be, he's the engine on that team. So for him to go out there and have 20 doesn't shock anybody.
Nah.
So, just going back to cups, it's like you just got to look at it as, okay, what can I do to just progress? Like we just want
Hmm.
to progress in the Big Ten. And there's a couple teams that don't necessarily have that big body, quick point guard, but they're all good. So
Hmm.
every night is just going to be a struggle if you're in those situations. And I
For
think
sure.
X coming back is going to help us a little bit with that. So it's
Hmm.
just, getting a feel for the game and how if I'm not going to go in there and score 10 points as a cup, okay, go in there against Maryland and they send a full court press. Don't turn the ball over. And that's what I
No
think
doubt.
like you said, I think he handled that press so well. He's an
Hmm.
energy guy, he's an IQ guy. So he's got all the intangible stuff. Now you just got to put it together and nobody's worried about that.
Right, right, right. Nobody's worried about it all. A little man, they got a little rough for George Geronimo in there, didn't it? We can talk about that a little bit, bro. I know, I try not to talk about the kid because I know everybody at the end of the day, bro. Everybody trying to do what they got to do to get where they want to get. He felt like it was his time to leave. I don't know if he felt like he wasn't gonna get enough attention. Maybe seeing that we had people coming in, his role was going to be diminished a little bit. But man, I just know as a player, bro, when you come back into an environment that you left,
Yeah,
you want to have a good game, bro. This guy went 0 for 5 and didn't score in 27 minutes, bro. That's rough.
that's rough.
And boy, did they let him hear it, boy. I'm talking about they had some signs in there, boy. That shit was tough on him, man. I felt, bro, I really felt sorry for the kid. I don't know, man. That's a tough one, dog.
I mean,
I've never been a part of that in high school, but I did that I mean, I've never been a part of it in college, but I did that in high school where you go back and play a school that you was
yep.
previously at. And boy, I'm talking about just the mental approach and what you want to do and how good you want to play. And when you don't, man, it's just a rough one, bro.
Here's my thing though. My
Bro,
thing
he
with
even
Geronimo,
airballed a free throw, bro.
and I've been there, and I know what that's like, and that's not fun. And it definitely wouldn't have been fun if
Oh
I
my
went back to the
God.
school that I was at. But
And
my
you
thing
do
with
it there?
Geronimo, I know it's a bad look. My whole thing with Geronimo is it just looks like the kid got away from what made him really IU fans. I think IU fans, when he came in his freshman year, I think their eyes got open to, wow, this kid could be really special for us. Now, I don't know where
Right.
he fits in with this team, but as a freshman, you looked at it, you said, okay, this guy rebounds. He was a shot blocker. When he didn't force shots, he made a lot of shots for us. He made a lot of threes for us.
Hmm.
And I think after his freshman year, he kind of turned into, I'm not going to say his name because he's no longer with the program. He graduated and we had him and I was on staff with him. But one of those guys did the same thing where they could have been so dominant, but they just wanted to shoot the three. And I think for Jordan, it turned into, I want to be a scorer instead of doing just the little things. So I get it, man. You want to go home. You want to be closer to family. Maryland, they have, I've been through the facilities. They've got great
Oh,
facilities.
they
It's
got great
closer to home.
facilities.
Yeah. So
Yep.
I understand the move. I just don't understand what
Yeah, I don't
happened to
like.
the kid.
I don't know that, bro. He playing him as. I mean, I know he wanted to probably be more guard oriented, play a little bit of the wing, a little bit, get a little more chance to shoot a little more threes. So they kind of had him at. They started him at the three with Scott and Julian Reese. So maybe that was, maybe that was part of the deal. Maybe he wanted to go play the three a little bit. I don't know, bro, but that's tough. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? That's tough. That's tough for him to deal with.
But
But
yeah,
I
it
felt
wasn't just a free throw, man. There are a couple of those jump shots went over the rim.
you're
May,
right. May have grazed, may have not.
may exactly. So
May
for
have not.
him, you feel bad for the kid, but also it's like if I was able to sit down with Jordan, I would just say, man, you got to get back to the basics, man. You got to go back to the player that you were when you first got here,
Right.
because I mean, just right now as it stands, because he's playing. I don't
I
want to
heard
say he's playing. He's not playing double the minutes, but
yeah.
he's getting a lot more minutes with just about the same output.
Right. Right.
So I don't know. That's just
Right.
my take on it.
Yeah.
It didn't.
That's
It didn't. All in all, it did not go well for him.
No, I didn't. It didn't, man. But I hope the kid goes on, bro. Have a successful Big Ten career and just another a career period, man. That's gonna be huge. I want to give a shout out to Anthony Leal though. He came in, been playing well for us.
Yeah.
When your numbers call, next man up, stay ready. We always talk about that. A lot of people, wrote this kid off and thought he was never gonna play at IU, and was former Mr. Basketball in the state of Indiana. So everybody was wondering why he wasn't playing and wasn't playing
Right.
and wasn't playing. This guy stayed the course, bro. Never really, always been a great teammate. Everything I hear about him is a
Yeah.
great kid, bro. So I want to give a shout out to him, man. He came in and been playing well, just steady in the ship,
Right. Right.
just steady in the ship, like not
Right.
really doing nothing too crazy, but coming in, giving us quality minutes, guarding, defending, and trying to make plays here and there, which is huge, bro.
Yeah.
And I think that's been good, man. Anytime, I don't know how long, how long X out?
I don't know, but it is
Anything?
worrisome.
Yeah, bro.
That ankle sprain, man. It'll
That's a
get
little
you.
work. That's a
It'll
little
get you.
worrisome, bro. That's a little worrisome, bro. I'm not gonna lie to you. We got to figure that out. We're gonna need that going forward. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna need X to get right.
We're
I
gonna
know a lot
need
of
that
people.
Tuesday. I
We
promise you
are.
that.
Yeah, yeah, we are. We're gonna need that, man. So we got a big time Michigan team coming up. They're struggling a little bit, trying to find that rhythm a little bit. I think they're
Yeah.
4-4 this year, but a scary team, a capable team. Just
Absolutely.
took Oregon to the wire. A team that scores a lot of points can win in a lot of different ways, man. So we don't want to come in and get them no type of rhythm. It's going to be a tough game because I think they're hungry for a win. You know what I'm
No,
saying?
no
And
doubt.
those teams are always tough for us to play against, bro.
Especially when you're on the road and we don't shoot the ball well. So being on the road, we got to make it dirty. But yeah, man,
Hmm.
yeah, at one point in the season, Michigan was averaging 93, 94 points a game. So they
Yeah,
can get
that's
it done.
right.
But at the end of the day, man, we've said it a couple times here on the show. The one thing that you have to pack is a defensive mindset. You go in there and let these dudes just start spraying. It could get embarrassing. We've been a part of some of
Right.
those embarrassing games.
No doubt.
Um, So, Michigan at home, any Big Ten team at home, you get worried about. I think this is a true home, or excuse me, a true away game. I think when we went to New York, I think, Indiana fans travel really well. So it might not have seemed like a true road game, but this one will be. And this was going to
Oh, no
be
doubt. This is
Hayes
their
and,
first, like I said, this is their first big time. This is their first Big Ten game. They want to win in front of their fans. They're the number one ranked offensive team in the Big Ten.
yeah.
So we better pack that defense, there. Or it's gonna be a track meet in there, baby. And I don't know if we're gonna win.
Yeah, I don't like it.
Yeah,
You mentioned that right there, that track team, that track
yeah,
game. That's
yeah.
never going to work out well for us. I just don't think this year.
I don't. Yeah. Me too. I think our coaching staff will do a great job of trying to slow those guys down. We just can't let it get out of hand because boy, they get loud in there. We know how it gets in there. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
They start making shots and the ball start going in. That's another key. It's another big test for us. We want to be 2-0 before we go play these next non-conference games
for sure.
for sure. You know what I'm saying? And we can kind of. I think teams gonna lose a lot this year. I think the Big Ten's gonna be one of those. It's gonna be a real close race this year.
I think so.
So anytime you can steal a game here and there, you want to get it. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? It's just as far as far as our tournament seeding and what we want to do this year, I think that's going to be huge.
Yeah, but like you said, man, I think after you look at the Maryland game, you got a lot of confidence going into this game. Like you said, Michigan, they're trying to
Hmm.
find themselves still. It's just all about mindset at this point. At this point,
Hmm.
you go into the Big Ten 2-0, you come away with that 2-0. That's huge, confidence wise. I think it kind of sends a message to the Big Ten that we're not this Army, we're not this Florida Gulf Coast team that you guys saw early in the season.
Right.
I know UConn didn't go our way, but no one expected it to.
Nobody
So
expect. I didn't expect it to, and
yeah,
I feel like that's the only game we was really supposed to lose. Not really say supposed to lose, but we didn't win a game that game. We were kind of looked
right,
at as the underdog that game. But other than that, bro, I think we're sitting in a great spot right now, Derek. I'm not gonna lie to
no
you. I'm
doubt.
I'm I'm happy where we're at right now. I mean, a lot of people don't like our style of play right now. A lot of people feel like it's not the Indiana way, bro. The Indiana way is winning.
Right,
The
right,
more so than anything. I don't think this program. I don't think this program is can really talk about like what it should look like at this point.
right,
With how
right,
much we've been winning. Like I don't feel like the main objective is to win. We come from. I mean, before Woody got there and all that, bro, we were losing. So
right.
let's not act, and we were playing, shooting a lot of threes and shit like that. But we got a different team now, bro. Let's just figure it out and win. You
That's
know,
right. That's right.
that's gonna be the main thing, I think. More so than
Those
anything.
those film sessions are a lot easier to look at knowing you played bad but got the
Right,
win. Because
right, right, right.
let's be honest, I don't think either one of us, I don't think a lot of the IU fans are
Mhm.
necessarily writing home to their moms about the way we played in that game. I think we scored 25 points in the second half. See,
Yeah,
that's nothing
bro.
to
We
write
had
home about.
six. Bro, we had 61 points with 8 minutes left, bro. We only finished with 65 there.
I know. I
So we
know.
got to get better. The offense, and I think that's going to take some time too. Like I said, we got a young PG out there, so a lot of the times we got to keep playing. You know what I'm saying? That's stuff you learn, but like we say, it's better to learn off a win than it is a loss.
Yeah.
You
Right.
know what I'm saying? Thank God we got out. We had the lead. We got to keep playing though, bro. We kind of got stagnant a little bit on offense. They kind of turned up the pressure a little bit. We kind of fold, and you don't want to put that on film. That's the main thing we don't want to do. You don't want to put that we can't handle the
Right.
pressure on film
Right.
because teams will steady do that over and over and over. And I think we kind of did that a little bit, but we kind of steadied the ship a little bit. We're gonna learn from that. We're a young team. We got to learn how to win. We got to learn how to finish games. That's a big
That's a
part of
big one.
basketball,
Yeah.
bro. Finishing the halves and finishing games. You know what I'm saying? It was just huge for us.
Yeah.
But all in all, bro, we'll take it. We'll take it. 1-0 in the conference. 6-0. I mean 6-1 overall. We'll take it. Give me your word on the street though. We got a little. You got
Yeah,
something for
man.
me?
I wanted to ask you this because I had this conversation a couple of days ago.
Hmm.
Um, so for the word on the street, I wanted to go back and dive into the NIL bucket a little bit.
Okay, let's get it.
For me, and I wanted to get your opinion on this, and would love to open this up to the discussion. Twitter, Instagram. You guys follow us, ask us all these questions, but I want to
Right.
pose this to you. I want to pose this to our fans. NIL money, and I
Hmm.
don't know if you're keeping track of football, basketball, absolutely included in this. When it comes to NIL, how I my question to you is how motivated are you? How motivated are the players when it comes to all this money that these guys are getting? Like you said to start this episode, before we got on this episode, you said, you know, um, things with NIL. You got your money, you got some of these dudes with cars. You see in NCAA football right now, I saw a tweet that said a good quarterback is going for at least 1
I
million
seen
or
that.
2 million.
I seen that. I seen that. That's crazy, right?
Like you
But
said
but
earlier,
it's true.
yeah, it is true. And like you said earlier, there's not really this one team out there in college basketball right now that I'm just like, man, they are just going to run through NCAA basketball.
Hmm.
Because you're starting to see that trend a little bit, I ask you, how motivated are players to be in the gym, to stay in the gym, to stay in the film session, to get extra work with Cliff Marshall, the strength and conditioning coach? Like, how motivated are you when you're signing million, $2 million deals?
Um, I think it all goes back to the player, bro. Because I will say, like people be saying, money don't really change you. Money just makes you more type of person you are. You know what I'm saying? It just enhance you who you are as a person. A lot of young guys can't take it, but I know a lot of guys want to be you know what I'm saying, want to be in the league and want to live that
Next level.
lifestyle and want to get to the next level. You know, a lot of some, but it's not. It's for some people, bro. They're good with just staying around college for 4 or 5 years and making
Right.
NIL. Because I can't blame them. I talked to my brother like, bro, Trending like, bro, we got Jalen Wilson on our team. He was at Kansas last year.
Yeah.
He probably made a meal, a 1.5. Like, you know what I'm saying? Trending said, bro, his jury looked like he been in the league. His cars look like he been in the league.
Jeez.
His living situation like he's already been in the league. You know what I'm saying? Like, so it's crazy, bro. Like that these kids at these prominent schools are making this much
That's
money. You
crazy.
know what I'm saying? It's really hard. It's really hard to really like. You got to be a special kid to want to be stay motivated. Um, but don't get it twisted. Everybody ain't getting that. You know, it's only a few
Right. Yeah.
people.
You're right.
It's only it's that's the part that's tricky. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people saying they're making way more than what they're making. But I know, I obviously you connected with, the IU staff. I am too, so I really know what these guys make, and you know what I'm saying. It ain't. It's a. Don't get it twisted. It's a lot of money.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying. But I mean, you want to play at the next level a lot or not? And I think the coaching staff does a great job at making sure these guys stay motivated, and your money can go up and down, bro.
Right.
Like,
Right.
if you're not doing nothing, like your money can go up and down. I think we got what. I know Hunter Dickinson when he got a bag from Kansas, 846, 846K. Zach Edey making 812,000. Bro, that's a lot of money for college basketball, bro.
I couldn't imagine it.
I
But you
can't
also
imagine it either, Derek. But think about it, like, bro. I told you, bro. Imagine, like, I can't even imagine this shit, dog. I hate we missed out on that shit, bro. I
I
absolutely hate we missed out on that shit, bro. I ain't gonna lie, I hate it, bro. I be jealous and shit sometimes. I get in my feelings about that NIL
right.
shit.
It would have been nice, but also like we also had it, like you said, like
We deserve that shit, bro. We went through a lot, bro.
we
Bro,
did, but that was part of
motherfuckers
it.
weren't working like us, dog. We went through a lot. We earned that. Like we earned that bread. For real.
I couldn't imagine how Coach Cream would have coached us making that money. Just because, but and that goes to my point too of like with a guy like Coach Cream, like there was no,
That
hey,
would have
you're not
that's
bringing
the
it today.
now that's the toughest part. Because me and you know Coach Cream, bro, and he would have brought that shit up so fucking fast.
So much, yeah. My God,
He would have brought that shit up so fast. I think those type of coaches might struggle with it. Obviously, Coach Crean hadn't been in the light. I don't think he's been a part of the NIL yet because he's not in the coaching job right now. So
right?
though the coaches got to make adjustment just like the players do.
Yeah,
They have to make the biggest adjustment, bro. That's what you know what I'm saying. That's what the tough part is. You know what I'm saying. But I think Woody does a great job, obviously because he coached in the league. He's been coaching guys
right,
making money. He's
right.
been coaching guys making way more money than he's making. You know what I'm saying? That ain't the case at IU. I mean, the coaching staff is always gonna get taken care of. They go, but I know it's hard for. You can only imagine how hard it is for like the managers,
Yeah,
the GAs
yeah.
that ain't really getting the money. You making way more money than those guys. I might talk a little crazy to them, like fuck out of here, bro. You don't even, bro.
Right, right. Like,
As kids, you might do something like that, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, bro, you can't tell me to get in the gym, like, especially a GA or something. Like, yeah, I could get it coming from the coaches, but you know what I'm saying? As a GA, like, that should really make you anal, bro, like an asshole if you're not that type of guy. You know what I'm saying? That's why
yeah,
you really got to recruit the right people. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah,
if you're talking to a guy and he's strictly on the phone with how much can I make,
yeah.
uh, you know what I'm saying? That really speaks volume of the type of guy you might be recruiting. He might be a bad apple. He might need to go to another school. You know what I'm saying? Like it just depends on the type of guys you want to recruit.
Right.
And I think we're doing good. I think our number one earner is Mbako. He makes like 400. Gabe Cupps came in making some money. You know what I'm saying? He's a real marketable guy. Them guys gonna make money, bro. I think X make a lot of money too.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So respectfully, bro. I'm happy. I'm happy those guys get to make that type of money. You know what I'm
No,
saying?
no doubt, no doubt. But I just look at it from just a little devil's advocate because yeah, absolutely right. Like the goal is not to just be in college for the rest of your life. The
for
goal is
sure.
to make it to the next level, but also it, like you said, man,
But
it
shit,
would
I ain't
be
gonna lie, Derek.
nice.
I would have came back for a fifth year. Fuck, if I could have made a million,
Right.
800.
Yeah.
I ain't
But
going nowhere.
right. But devil's advocate of that is like, hey, we just lost to you name it, Michigan. We just lost to Maryland. I've got a couple 100,000 in my bank account. Like,
Oh man, who
I'm
cares?
good.
We're going to I see y'all at soon as the plane land, man. I see y'all at Kilroy. I see y'all at KOK. Don't worry about it. Shots on me, baby. We all right. We'll get it back. We'll get it back next game. That would have been
uh,
for real though. You know what I'm saying? But nah, I'm happy for those guys, man.
yeah,
Making
man.
that type of money. Hey, the Hoosiers need to come up with some type of back pay or something, take care of the former players or something. For real, bro. I ain't gonna lie. Alabama got some shit going on where they got like a NIL for like the former guys, like for real. And they
Wow.
like real shit, like you know what I'm saying, with like the people that have really laid the foundation that they're taking care of, you know what I'm saying, that wasn't able to get a chance to really make that type of money, bro. It's a lot of money coming through them type programs. I know for sure we got the money to do that, without a doubt. You know
I
what I'm
know that.
saying?
I
So
know
shit,
that.
we might need to be an advocate for that or something, Derek. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to be
Make
too
the
thirsty.
call, see?
I don't
Make the
want to be too
call.
thirsty. I don't want to be too thirsty. But yeah, for real, bro.
Oh man, that's it. That's all I had for you,
That's it, baby.
man.
We this concludes the episode, man. Episode 3. Um, appreciate you guys for rocking out with us. Follow us on all social networks. CY205, Diesel 32. Y'all holler at us, man. We on the big team. We out.